Why did Van Floyd leave the room? Good evening, Van Floyd. Spine is back. Hopefully she stays connected.
Let's cross fingers. No one's joined yet, but when anyone does join, or for whoever's watching the stream, this is just 5 minutes of practice before we go into qualifying.
Yeah, I'm actually using the lobby to watch the girls race. I'm not actually in the stream itself, so I won't be able to see who's online and who's giving messages and stuff, unless I move to my TV and commentate through YouTube.
You can do either. There's obviously the slight delay when you, like now I'm talking Mrs. Phoenix going through the long right-hand corner. When you watch us back, she'll be approaching it. It's like a 5-6 second delay.
I just want to get the race started, then I'll move to YouTube. Because I suspect are you using the lobby to commentate, or are you going to use YouTube?
No, I'll just use the lobby.
Okay, that's what I'll do as well. So we are at 2014, so quali is about to start. 10-minute quali, right?
Yeah. So we have one person watching at the moment. Welcome, don't feel lonely. Tell us who you are and drop a few comments.
Just for my lack of speaking, I'm just really getting quali going at the moment.
No problem.
Welcome, viewers.
I'm busy sharing the stream on our pages, so.
Okay, and quali is about to start. Good luck, ladies. So, Stephen, what car are they using tonight, my friend?
Yeah, we decided on a N-class race. We're running the SFR Toyota at N300 level tonight. Here at Toyota Driving Park, the regular layout. This is obviously the third round of the Ladies Championship. We've got 5 or 6 participants at the moment. I know 1 or 2 were having issues again, so let's hope for everyone to be able to race. How's it looking out there for you?
Well, everybody's on track, so that's a good start. We've got some very, very interesting liveries that I can see through. I think Mrs. Mini Cooper Bev, she went for a plain snow white car. Maybe time constraints had her not working on the livery, but it's a nice clean car.
I see
Mrs. Eminem's got a...
Go for it.
Mrs. Eminem's got a nice tribal themed wrap that she's got going there.
Yeah, I saw that with
blue and white.
with the track art sponsor, obviously, of the series and our Open Series on that livery.
Wow. And then we've got AR Outlaw with a nice green, purple, blue livery. Car's actually quite striking, looks good.
Yeah, it definitely stands out compared to all the others.
So we go to Mrs. Vanacht. Let's see what she's done. She's got a nice pink, black and blue livery. Also quite tribal, and also with a track art sponsorship logo on the side of the car. Looks quite nice.
I see you rocking out your C8 colors on there. and
always
logo.
Always representing.
Definitely.
Fruity Spine's got a very interesting...
I'm actually loving the purple on that car.
It looks so good. If I'm looking at it, it looks like it's got a flip in it. It does look like it's got a purple flip to it. That's quite nice.
Definitely, and then all the geometric patterns and shapes on there.
Yes.
We got Quintus in the comments saying nice Corollas, and Mr. Pace saying let's go ladies.
Great stuff. So
Quintus
MBLB 011. Let's have a look what she's doing on livery wise.
She's gone stealth, black with red trim. I see Vinegar Floyd's left and joined the room again. Welcome, Anton. One of our Repsol racing outlaws.
Okay, so where are we now? So hopefully Mrs. Vinegar Floyd can join before quali ends. Tyre wear looks to be quite drastic tonight.
Yeah, it's on times 10, I think, if I remember correctly, but they
10.
They are on sports tyres, not full racing tyres. So it's probably about the equivalent of the normal times 4 or 5 on race tyres. I did about 9 laps, 10 laps when I was doing the settings, and other than the front right tyre, they're almost new, but that front right wears really quickly. Obviously the track we're at with those long right-handers.
Yeah. They've got quite a couple of fast flowing corners. First corner is a tire killer, and you've got 2 long left-handers very early in the lap that's normally taxing on tires.
Yeah,
that's going to be interesting to see.
That one at the top of the hill is the killer, I think.
Yeah. But now we're on our first flying lap. Let's see who's got the pace. Mrs. AR Outlaw on a 1:53.0. A full second ahead of Mrs. Vanacht. She's flying in the opening stages of quali.
Yeah, it was quite interesting on the group chat when the combo got launched. Some of our regular front runners were asking some of the mid-pack runners how they were doing the times they were, but it looks like everyone's currently in their normal order. We'll have to see how it goes. But in-class can shake it up for these ladies who are used to using the GR cars, I think.
Yeah, here it's all about momentum. You don't have the power to make up time. You have to keep the momentum going. Very, very important in these smaller, lightweight, low-powered cars.
Definitely. We got comments in the comment section. Kaylin saying they're driving really nicely and smoothly, and then Quintus agreeing with him. Jonathan, happy racing ladies. Just on to Quintus with the Corolla comment. We gave them Corollas because if we gave them Focuses, they'd break down halfway in the forwards. Don't hurt me.
Mr. Barry.
Don't hurt me. I forgot I've got a Ford fan on commentary. No, kidding. Actually, I did test the Ford. I also did a couple laps in the MX-5 here, but this is a nice change because the MX-5 is a little bit overused at the moment in this class, that MX-5 touring car.
Yeah. It's a lovely little car, but everybody jumps to it in these N300s.
Correct, and we might even have it
such a nice car.
We might be having it later in the season, but maybe at an N400, or if it can go to 500 level, just to get it a little bit twitchy.
Yeah, but that thing generates so much grip. You really have to play with the tires to get the car sliding. It's such a stable, awesome little car to drive, and I tend to not run racing tires or even sport softs on it, because it's so grippy.
Definitely. We got Kaylin saying he'd love to be on track with them sometime. Quite a few of these ladies are racing in the Open League, but maybe a couple pools below Mr. Pace.
No, don't be surprised if some of these ladies kicks Mr. Pace's arse. He might not be able to take it. That's why we don't allow him to race with them.
Kaylin, don't go and practice now, but get yourself in this RC whatever Toyota. I'm sure you have one in a Mercedes livery. And after the race, I think you can have a 3-lap sprint against the podium.
Alright, we've got 3 minutes of quali left, so let's see how that's looking like. We've got AR Outlaw in the front, a full second ahead of Mrs. Crazy 8's Mrs. Vinnig. She's on, she's about 2.5 tenths ahead of Fruity Spine, which is 7 tenths ahead of Mrs. M&M, which is 1.2 seconds ahead of Mini Cooper Bev. And then there's another half a second back to MBLB, and last is Mrs. Vinnig Floy, which unfortunately have not done a flying lap yet.
Yeah, she's just come across the line on one, but it was a slower lap. Maybe she had an issue there. We were talking about the liveries earlier, and she's got quite a graffiti kind of look going on. Loving it.
I went to look at her car. I saw it's lots of nice pink,
purple and grey
accents, and it's nice. Yeah, very, very nice.
Yeah, I think we're going to have to get some of these ladies into the livery group as well to teach us some of their tricks. Mrs. M&M just passing her there, coming on the straight. Kaylin's offering a handicap race, so I think we might need to start putting bets on this and coming up with some proper parameters here.
Yeah, it can get interesting, I think.
Yeah. I wonder, do you want N200, Kaylin? Oh no, we're racing with BOP on, so...
Alright, we're into the last minute of quali. The lap times have not really changed. This is AR Outlaw still up in front by a full second.
I think just for the ladies we can use let the last car, which has just gone through the first corner, finish a lap.
No problem,
because I know Floyd had the disconnect, so just to give her a chance to set one flying lap.
Yeah, sure, no problem.
Just watching the Fruity Spine in her Toyota quickly. You can see that how they taking the corners slightly differently. A few of them are really throwing it in deep, others are focusing on being a bit smoother. I know one thing when we had this car a little while back, I think it was for seeding, you really got to rev it. Being used to driving normal cars, it actually makes you feel like you have to shift when it goes into the red, but you can rev it for like another 5-6 seconds past there. I see Fruity Spine's in the pit, so I'm not sure what happened there, but
that's unfortunate.
Yeah, when this last car crosses the line, you can start the race.
Alright, so
let's go.
Race is to go. Let's quickly start this race. Everybody's in, here we go. Good luck, ladies.
Welcome, Samir.
Any predictions, Mr. Berry?
Oh, looking at qualifying, I think it's going to be quite hard to go past Annika at the moment. Looks like she has the pace.
Well, it's going to be down to strategy again with the tyre wear set at 10. It's going to be about tyre preservation and fuel saving, I think.
Definitely. They're already going the same, quicker than I think I went in my 10 laps of practice, but I'm just watching at the back and hoping for no auto drive. It looks like Finnicker Floyd's still battling there, unfortunately. So we're going to do the one restart. Hopefully she can get in and out.
Okay.
You got the grid positions there?
I've got them, yeah.
Okay.
Alright, so let's do this. Gotta go restart. Oh, you ahead of me, sorry.
Yeah. No problem.
Alright, so let me just quickly wait till they finish off.
Jean-Claude, welcome. We just had an auto drive there, so we quickly going to reset.
Okay, so set by host.
Just looking at the pace, I think the grid was AR Outlaws, Mrs. Finnick, who was in third place, I think Fruity Spine.
Yeah, Fruity Spine was in third, yeah.
Then it was Mrs. M&M. I think those are going to be the four to watch. Margot, Mrs. Finnicker Floyd, if she can get going, and Bev Mini Cooper. They're a little bit off the pace, but still within enough range that things can change during the course of the race.
Yeah, we're going to have to see what tyre wear is looking like on the pace that Mrs. Outlaw went at in quali. If she'll be able to maintain that pace throughout the race, because she was on a league of her own there, full second head of second place, Mrs. Finnick. Okay, so we've got the grid set. Let's start the race, boys.
Just wait for Floyd. Sorry.
Is she not in? Oh, here we go. Oh, sorry, I apologize. I didn't see she left it in. Always such a pity to have these connection issues. It's such a downer. When I first started racing online as well, I also had the Wi-Fi connection with the satellite dish on the roof, and I had major connection issues.
Yeah, I had problems for about 2 years with LTE, but then I managed to find that unrestricted APN setting, and I haven't had an issue in the 18 months since then. We've got Bev Mini Cooper just doing a practice stop there. Probably not that necessary here, but at places like Autopolis, obviously you've got to learn the pit lane.
Yeah, so, you just drive into the pits, yeah.
Okay, so I see Floyd's joined. Hopefully she can not AD at the start.
Let's hope for the best.
Once she joins, she enters.
Waiting for it to load on track, yeah.
Yeah. Good evening, Mr. M&M in the chat. I'm sure I know who your money's on tonight. Are you eating chips without me, Stein?
I'm actually having a chocolate.
No, you know sharing's caring, eh? You've got to provide for your co-commentators.
Well, you see, it's one of these chocolates that got two on the inside, like a, what do you call those? Like a take two, what was it called?
Yeah. Okay, it looks
something
like
similar. So I've got one half for you, but how do I get it to you? That's the question.
There we go. Floyd's in, so we can start.
Alright, let's get going.
Mr. Malose, welcome. For all those just joined, we've got Kaylin challenging the ladies coming up afterwards, possibly, depending on how brave Kaylin's feeling. He said he'd like to be on track with them, so we might see how things go and try to arrange that quickly.
Well, he's going to have some kind of handicap, so what are we going to give him? 20 seconds, there's a first deficit in over 3 laps?
He said comfort soft tyres.
Oh.
So brave. I think sport soft versus comfort soft for the champ.
Alright, then off we go. Let's hope for a clean start by everybody. It looks good so far. We're going. Great stuff. No ADs. And they headed...
I wasn't jinxing it. I was watching at the back there. So let's go into turn 1 with Annika leading. Annelies, Mrs. Finnick second place. Fruity Spine in third. Mrs. M&M's fourth on the grid. Bev, Mini Cooper, Bev, Margot, and then Floy. 17 laps of this track. We're looking at a mid to low 150s, so we should be here for about half an hour. I think both of our predictions after qualifying were possibly on Annika, but let's see how this goes. I think we could still have a few surprises and close battles already. Fruity Spine putting some pressure on Mrs. Finnick.
It's very close between the two. Three tenths between Mrs. Finnick and Fruity. And AR Outlaw is actually pulling ahead almost 2 seconds now. And it's not even the first lap completed, so she is...
People always talk about the death chicane at Dragon Trail, but the chicane they've just gone through here at Kyoto is almost worse for me. It lures you in, we're looking simple, and you end up on the grass. A little bit of a twitch here for Fruity, still fighting hard. Nice little pack, M&M, Bev Cooper, MBLB, and Finnick Floyd just behind. I think Floyd had a slight incident because she's dropped back a bit. But fortunately she does have good pace generally in our races, so hopefully she'll be catching back up again. Welcome, Deervolt.
Okay, so first lap completed, and apart from Mrs. Outlaw, the mid-pack is very, very tight, half a second between all of them.
Mrs. Outlaw's got a Opel engine in that Toyota, it's pulling.
She's got that gap up to 3.5 seconds. She is pushing hard.
It reminds me of the last race. I think it was the other way around with her and Mrs. Finnick, but when you've got that little bit of pace, bolt at the start and manage the race.
That's correct, yes.
Catch others on the cold tyres.
Yes.
A bit wide onto the grass.
Mrs. Finnick went go wide in the grass. No, she's going to lose some time now.
Fortunately, it's not too bad on that corner in Gran Turismo Sport.
The barrier can help you out there, but you lose a ton of time, and it's going to take a couple of corners to get the tyres cleaned up.
Definitely. She's now 9 seconds behind the lead, where she was 3.5, 4, so it cost her about 5 seconds. And now she's got 4 cars now to fight with, so after winning the last round and getting back on terms with Annika in the championship standings, that could set her back a little bit, but if she works her way through, we'll just have to keep our eye on that. Finnick Floyd sitting 11 seconds back after that lap 1 incident. So with the rearranged order, we got Fruity Spine second, Mrs. M&M's now up to third. We've got Anton saying that the Toyota's tuned by Repsol Racing. That makes sense. Obviously, with lots of Toyota history in that family, I still think there's a 2-litre 16-valve Opel in it, though. It does look like a stock car, and we know those are very popular engines for stock car racing.
We ourselves use an 8-valve Opel motor.
Definitely.
They make a lot of low-down torque, that's why they're so popular.
And right now AR Outlaw is talking all the way around this course.
She's pulled 5 seconds in the 3 laps, well 2.5 laps to be honest.
Definitely.
So she's pushing.
Fruity Spine, after her connection issues, must be very relieved to be running second at the moment. I'm not going to say more because I don't want to jinx anything.
Well, she looks kind of solid. There's no lagging or jumping or jittering from her, so she looks kind of solid, which is awesome.
Definitely. Mrs. M&M holding third with a second gap to Bev. Bev and Margot now having a big battle, less than 3/10 behind them into the chicane. Margot
she
going
went a little bit deep there, so she's
got sucked in by the slipstream. Lost about a second and a half. That's given Mrs. Finnick the run on, who's taken a 1 position back. Might actually be to Margot's advantage though, because we all know Annalise is quick, so if she can sit behind her, it will save some fuel in the slipstream and she'll tow her back towards the pack.
Yeah, she can even use Mrs. Finnick to also help her overtake the cars in front.
Yeah.
So we've got Mrs. Floy, which has lost quite a bit of time still. She's 19 seconds behind 6th place at the moment. So
yeah, with her connection issues, she was in and out the lobby, so I don't think she's had too many laps to actually warm up. 1 or 2 little mistakes, as we saw, will cost you a quick 8 seconds.
Looking at a second lap, she's about 10 seconds off pace at the moment. Hopefully the third lap would be a bit better.
Annika's flying, just putting in a 52.2, remembering she did a 53 in qualifying.
Yeah, so she is flying.
Last lap round a 54 for Fruity Spine, 54 for Mrs. M&M, 55 for Bev, 55 for Mrs. Finnick, 57 for Margot, and Floyer 202. So, yeah, Anton's just pointing out to some of the guys in the comment, Annika seeded in Pool 5 and did a couple of races there in the open season. I think my seeding was about 0.0 something quicker than hers, otherwise she would have been in Pool 4.
Yeah.
So
she's seriously quick. So Mrs. Outlaw's got an 8-second gap now to Fruity Spine, which keeps a constant gap to third of about 3.5 to 4 seconds. So
yeah, Fruity just went wide though at that last hairpin, so the second last hairpin, it's cost her half a second. Yeah. That'll give Mrs. M&M some encouragement.
Alright, so let's look at tyre wear. We've got AR Outlaw, which is just about to get into the slippery range of tyre wear.
Yeah,
but she's managing it quite nicely.
I know we're a couple seconds ahead, but she's drifting into turn 1. A little bit going for the style point bonus as well. 10 seconds ahead currently. Her front right, basically the tyre wear tonight's all about the front right. It's looking in better condition than Fruity Spine's. Fruity Spine's about slightly better than Mrs. M&M. Bev Cooper's still looking pretty solid on her tyres.
Bev Cooper is very similar to Outlaw.
Yeah.
They are both preserving tyres quite well.
What we saw
Mrs.
last
Finnick
time
actually looks the best, huh?
Yeah, just about to say it. Same as the last race round. She's saving her tyres very well.
And she just went purple in the first sector.
Yeah, the first sector
just went purple in the first sector. Yeah.
First sector's fairly short here, but it's a second sector that makes the time. Yeah,
but with her tyre preservation, she's going to go quicker than the other ones just on tyre wear alone.
Definitely.
So
both
she might catch up.
Mrs. Finnick and Margot both got into the 54s last time around. And we've still got Finnick Floy going around in 7th.
Yeah, Mrs. Floy is still circulating in the 203s. So she's about 10 seconds a lap off pace at the moment. Hopefully she'll find a groove.
At the moment, obviously, Annika's run away. She's hiding. She's in another postal code. Anything can still happen, but 11 seconds ahead after 5 laps.
Well, she's averaging 2 seconds a lap faster than anybody else, so she is flying.
Yeah. Mrs. Eminem has a big battle with Bev Cooper and Mrs. Finnick right with her. Margot keeping a watchful eye, 7 tenths behind. Here, Mrs. Finnick's looking for a move on the outside of Mini Bev.
Oh, and runs a little bit wide to the outside.
Yeah, just touches with Margot.
Open the gap for Eminem to push through, for MBN to push through.
Definitely, and now they're going to go up the twisties. So Margot also setting her personal best on the last lap, 54.6. 1/10 quicker than the lap before, so nice and consistent. Her tyre wear, her tyre wear is not looking too bad. I think at the moment Mrs. Eminem's probably the worst of the front runners, and then Fruity Spine second. So that pack of 3 behind are going to start closing in shortly if they don't get involved in a fight.
Well, this battle for 4th, 5th and 6th is really, really tight. There's no less than a second between the 3 of them.
Yeah, I see Finnicker Floyd's had another issue somewhere, so she's dropped further back. Margot looking to make a move on Bev. She's got the inside for the right-hander, but she's going to be on the outside for the left, and Mrs. Finnicker's looking up the inside of both.
Ooh, touched it. Oh,
yeah,
she went too
Mrs.
deep.
Finnick overshot that, unfortunately taking Margot with her in the process. Bev Cooper getting her 4th place back. We've got Kaylin Extra Keen joining the lobby.
For the end of the race, yeah.
I'm just streaming them. Give Kaylin a quick invite to the chat party there.
Yeah, sure, no problem. I'll send him one.
Yeah. So with that little incident we had just now, positions AR Outlaw 12.5 ahead of Fruity Spine. That gap stayed fairly consistent on the last lap. Fruity Spine is 7.5 seconds ahead of Mrs. Eminem, Denise. 1.8 seconds back to Bev Cooper, and then 4.5 to Margot, and Mrs. Finnick's right behind her after that little incident. Both of them with good tyre life. I expect to see them closing the gap back up to 4th and 3rd shortly.
Okay, I'm back. So Mr. Kylan received the invite. So how's it looking? Mrs. Finnick is
back on
preserving tyres very nicely.
Yeah, you can see going through the long right-hander there, she can hold the line a lot tighter than Margot could. So this is our little battle. I think like I said earlier, might pay Margot to follow Mrs. Finnick if she gets past again, instead of fighting too hard. Because if these two battle, that gap to 4th place is going to open up again, whereas if they work together, they can close right back up. We're ready on.
It's just below 5 seconds at the moment, so let's keep an eye on that gap and see what's if they can actually close up.
Yeah, that lap with the contact at the second hairpin cost them 5-6 seconds each. Running 201 and 202. But let's see what the times are this time around. About to start the 8th lap. We're almost halfway into the race. When do you think we'll see them pitting? Because as you can see, fuel, Mrs. Finnick has just over a quarter of a tank. Mini Cooper Bev has a little bit more than those two. Fruity Spine and Annika are both on a quarter tank.
I think they will all fly into the pits either this lap or the next lap. I don't think they're gonna have different strategies. It's just a question of fuel save, who saved the most fuel.
Yeah, if I was Mrs. Finnick, I'd stay out. The ones that are battling with that front right, but Mrs. Finnick, if I was her, I'd stay out and pit on lap 10.
Yeah, she's got
another 2 laps.
Good tyres, yeah. But then also again, I mean, I don't know what the lap time difference is on new tyres versus tyres that's done 8 laps. Even though she looked after them, are she going to be able to?
We can. If we look at Annika, she's still running mid 53, so only a second and a half off where she was earlier.
Yeah. So yeah, Mrs. Vinnig can push that first stint a little bit further.
There she goes for the move into the
bit less of fuel.
Makes a move on Margot into the chicane. Welcome, Kaylin, to the chat. I got a notification, but I can't. There.
It's probably loud now.
I can hear him now. Kaylin, you there?
Hi there. Hi.
Welcome, champ.
How's it, Kaylin?
Welcome, guys. Thank you for letting me join.
It's a pleasure, buddy.
Always good to have someone with some Pool 1 experience. Got Stain now. I've got 2 of them. How are you enjoying the race?
Up and down though, where Mr. Kaylin is fairly consistent. So
I see AR Outlaws stayed out. She's going to do the 9th lap because obviously 17 laps. You either have to, if you're going to pit halfway, it's an 8 and a 9 lap strategy. Mrs. Eminem's going in.
Pitting.
Yeah, she had the worst tyre wear along with Fruity Spine.
Okay, so Mrs. Vinnig and Margot went through. Floy is 1 minute 30 seconds back. She is having a hard night, but she's pushing through. Her tyre wear looks quite severe on the right front. Let's see Mrs. Outlaw. She's still going strong. 20 seconds ahead of Fruity Spine at the moment. Which right front also looks quite dismal.
Not compared to Fruity's.
Out of interest, what's the end class that they're running?
300.
In 300.
With BOP on.
So getting back to Mrs. Vinnig and the gap to Mini Cooper Bev, it was around about 4.9 seconds just after contact. It's now about 5.5, so
yeah.
She's more or less keeping it consistent, but she's losing a little bit per lap, so we'll just keep an eye on that.
I think Mrs. Vinnig also had to get past Margot though.
Yeah, but she's pulling away from Margot now. So.
Now, correct. Obviously Margot's battling a bit more with tyres, I think. Nice to see. I haven't been looking, but I don't see too many traction control lights here from the ladies. Have a little quick giggle there.
I've only seen Mrs. Outlaw running traction control. Let's have a look and see the other ladies. Yeah, it's only AR Outlaw that's running traction control at the moment.
Was there a shot at the Pool 1 guys?
No, not.
But you guys normally use driving lines and stability management and all that type of stuff.
On APCC, yes, not on GT Sport.
Yeah, and Anton just pointing out that Annika isn't using traction control. I was watching the light. I haven't seen the traction control light flashing at all.
Okay, it might just be because she was on the pit entry, that's why. Okay, so I apologize for that. She's not using it.
Or you're on the
so
wrong car.
Everybody has pitted. So let's see how the fuel looks like from everybody. Mrs. Outlaw's got the least amount of fuel. You've got Mrs. Eminem, who've got more or less the same, and the other ladies all, well, they're either overfueled or the other two has underfueled. We'll see, time will tell.
Yeah, I think possibly over, because I know you could stretch to about lap 13 on one tank, so if they've got almost full tanks and only 7 laps to go.
They've overfilled, yeah. But Mrs. Outlaw has gained in the pit stops. She is now 25 seconds ahead, so that lap earlier didn't really help the...
Yeah, also the fuel levels, because Fruity Spine's now got Mrs. Eminem only 2.8 seconds further back.
let's keep an eye on that gap, see if it closes down. And then you've got Mini Cooper Bev 4 seconds behind Mrs. M&M, with Mrs. Vinach further 5.5 behind Bev.
Yeah, with 7 laps to go. I think Annalise is going to have a hard time getting back onto the podium for this race.
That's a mistake in the hairpin, in the chicane cost her dearly.
Yeah, and there was also the one into that long left-hander at the top of the hill.
Left-hander, yeah, that was the beginning of her woes. But yeah,
I'm just going to
Annika is running away with this one.
Give Annika some TV time, because she's been far enough ahead that we haven't seen much of her.
Going purple now.
Yeah, obviously having less fuel and the fresh tyres. We expect. Do you think she'll get into the 51s here? 0.08 currently quicker.
Let's have a look and see. She is 52.2. She might just make the 51s.
Yeah. Just lapping Floy there.
These little small cars, you get quite a big gain from low fuel loads. So
looks like Floy's car is auto driving, so I don't know if she's actually with us or if her internet's done something funny, and she's
not auto driving. She's quite a bit jerky, which auto drive doesn't do. I think she just ghosted because she got lapped.
Yeah, it was ghosted for quite a while, but either way, Mrs. Phoenix managed to pull back another second and a half, 2 seconds on Bev. I think some of that was in the pit stop, but also with the fresh tyres.
The gap was about 5.5, now they're down to 3.7, so she's definitely catching up quite quickly.
Yeah, she was 1.8 quicker on lap time last time around. So maybe we can still have a battle. Bev's only 2.6 behind Mrs. M&M. Fruity Spines managed to open that gap up again, so I think Mrs. M&M had a slight issue there.
And there Bev Cooper ran it wide. Into the barrier.
It's going to put Mrs. Finnick right on into a slipstream going onto the straight, almost.
She's got a bit of cold tyre, a bit of dirty tyre, so she lost quite a bit of time through that last bend. So which put Mrs. Finnick right in her slip.
Mrs. Finnick setting her fastest lap of 53.3 that time around.
It's not a bad time at all. Let's see what... Annika also did a 153.2, so she lost a little bit of time somewhere in that lap, because she was in the purple sector in the first sector, so still pulling about 2 seconds a lap.
Here comes Mrs. Finnick.
Oh, on the inside of the first corner. Nice stuff. Nice going, guys. See if Benny Cooper got the drive coming down the hill here. Mrs. Finnick just hangs on.
Going deep into the chicane
again.
And they're going to be side by side up the hill. I think Mrs. Finnick's still got a bit of a run though, so she might just be able to hold her off. Depends how hard these ladies want to battle.
Oh, Bev Cooper ran a little deeper there.
That's going to bring, all this battling is going to bring Margot back closer. The gap was 5 seconds, it's down to 4.5.
There we go.
Mrs. Finnick C8 getting up to 4th place.
Oh, there's a 7 second gap to Mrs. M&M. Let's see if she can, in 5 laps time, bring that gap down.
I think Mrs. M&M's a bit more comfy now that she's got fresh tyres or decent tyres on. Once you lost.
Also, she's a. Sorry, Stephen, you can say?
No, I was just going to say, compared to once that front right tyre goes like it did earlier on her, then she's losing a lot of time, but probably won't be as drastic now.
Well, she's now running on her own, where she was caught up in a tight battle for the last 3 positions, or last 4 positions, and she should be more relaxed now, running the lines that she feels comfortable with, and not defending or attacking all the time. So she should be doing better on tyre wear and lap times.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm following AR Outlaws and she's still going purple on the 3rd fastest lap now.
Are you ready to get your ass kicked?
I think Anton in chat would love to see that.
To give you guys an idea of the pace she's running, we are now on lap 13. She's going to start lap 14 now. Her lead is 31 seconds. That's more than 2 seconds a lap that she's opened up from the other guys.
Sure.
So she is destroying them tonight. I think she's trying to get revenge on Mrs. Vinnig from last week.
Yeah.
She's doing a good job though.
Definitely.
And we've got Mrs. Vinnig's got Eminem's got a slight penalty. 0.2 seconds. I suspect it probably was 0.5 at some time.
Are the rules here the same as with the Gents League? No. You're allowed to say no.
It hasn't really been an issue.
I don't know if they have to burn it off on the same lap. I'm not sure.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just curious.
Just interestingly, we haven't had one incident report from the ladies' races. So that's also you being on the incident panel doesn't keep us busy all day like the other guys, some of the other guys do.
Yeah, but and also we must remember it's ladies, they tried to go fetch stuff from 3 years back, so we'll probably get the first review in November or something, so we'll see.
Come now, Stan.
Let's not be rude. Let's not be rude.
I'm just kidding, guys.
Yeah, I'm going to jumping on to Mrs. Eminem. I see Mrs. Finnig's got the gap down to just over a second.
Yeah, she's catching quickly now.
Yeah, Mrs.
But something must have happened because just a lap before she was 7 seconds behind.
Yeah, Mrs. Eminem did a 58 last time around, so 3 seconds slower than her previous lap. And while she's doing that, Mrs. Finnig was on a 54, one of her better laps of the race.
Yeah, keep an eye on that battle. That's going to heat up in the last couple of laps. Well, you've got Mini Cooper Bev 4 seconds back from this little battle that's going to happen here. And Margot is another 6 seconds back, so we'll see if she can close the gap as well.
Definitely.
In the meantime, Fruity Spine is running all on her lonesome, 33 seconds behind Margot and 9 seconds ahead of Mrs. Eminem. So she's comfortably in second place. And the gap is down to 0.6 seconds between Mrs. Vinnig and Eminem. Heating up, boys, it's heating up.
I think we can expect a move fairly soon.
Yeah, Mrs. Vinnig had a better exit on the last corner, so she's closing up on the straights.
We got Bev dropping back to 5 seconds behind Mrs. Vinnig. Margot further 7 seconds back, and then Vinnig Floy in 7th.
Here we can see the tyre wear working, guys. You've got Mrs. Eminem with quite a worn rear right front, and Mrs. Vinnig, which is looking after the tyres very well, and the fast flowing corners is showing the difference.
Definitely.
And you can see it also when Mrs. Eminem is taking her corners.
They are sliding.
Her wheels are like understeering massively.
Yeah.
Because if you look at Mrs. Vinnig, her wheels are very nice and straight.
We know Mrs. Vinnig got the move done on Margot into the chicane, and the earlier attempt was at the hairpin at the top, so that's coming up now. Let's see what happens. Mrs. Vinnig nice and tidy through the
Nice.
Mrs. Vinnig very tidy through the chicane, getting the run onto the inside. Just squeezing through the gap. There. Now she's got the inside for the left-hander.
And she's done the move. Great stuff. Great racing.
Lovely.
So So now let's see if Mrs. Vinnig can pull that gap open. But that battle has allowed Fruity Spice to open up the gap to 10 seconds from third place.
Yeah, with only two and a bit laps to go, that Mrs. Eminem looking to the last turn. Not giving up on this. She's going to have the slipstream now, so that will keep her in touch, but the long first corner might be a problem with the worn tyre. If I was in this race, I'd be Mrs. Eminem. I'm always the one with a higher tyre wear, so I know this understeer feeling. Just looking back from Mrs. Finnig's on board, you can see both cars sliding a little bit into the first turn, battling to hold the line. Don't think this battle's over yet though. Denise pushing that little track art Toyota and getting a bit out of shape over the top of the hill.
She is on the ragged edge, boys. She's pushing hard. I see Floy went to the pits. She just had a pit stop.
Just while we're watching this, Mrs. Finnix opened the gap through that long turn, like I was expecting. It's just over a second now, so that also means Mrs. Eminem doesn't have the slipstream now, so it's going to be hard to come back. Bev Cooper though is still 7 seconds almost behind us with a lap and a bit to go, so she should be safe in fourth. Another 8 seconds to Margot. Floy, as you said, running in 7th. AR Outlaw on her final lap. Just while we watch this last lap, I want to thank again Trackart, the sponsors, and TGN Racing Simulators. So don't forget to go give their Facebook page a like, take a look at their website, some amazing products. I know I've got a savings fund open already to get one of those TGN rigs one of these days.
I think I might get one of those track art tracks. I think maybe the Nürburgring needs to be put above my TV screen.
Yeah, I think that needs to be there ready for the next King of the Ring tournament.
That is true. Although I am actually doing a 24-hour this weekend that Stain actually helped me with, so
okay,
that's gonna be fun.
You're doing the full 24 hours, or you're doing a 4-hour stint, right? Or 6-hour stint?
It looks like I'm doing 12 hours, eh?
Oh, is it?
I'm going to be doing 4 hours from 12 till 4, and then 8 hours from midnight till 8 a.m.
You're going to get a couple of Z's in between, hopefully.
We'll see.
It's
We'll
very
see.
taxing. I've done the VLM in 2014, and trust me, it is crazy.
Yeah. So
The
we've got
first stint you'll be okay. Sorry,
just-
carry on.
we've got Annika coming into the last corner, so all the Repsol fans, get your Repsol flags out. Repsol Racing coming over the line to take round 3. So round 1 to Annika, round 2 to Mrs. Finnick, and round 3 to the unstoppable tonight Annika.
37 seconds ahead, guys. She
Currently
is
it's-
in a league of her own.
Very happy to see Fruity Spine, second place. I'm not going to say why I'm happy until she crosses the line. Mrs. Finnick's still 10 seconds behind her, so as long as everything holds together, I'm sure she's going to be very happy with that podium. The time gap's not going to matter. It's points on the board, second, whether you 2 seconds behind or 2 minutes behind. There she does.
Mrs. Vinnig actually had such a good fight back, coming from 6th place after her off to finish on the podium. Well done, Mrs. Vinnig. Fruity Spine, with all the issues she had coming into this race, I'm glad she could just finish the race. That's awesome to see.
Mrs. M&M coming across in a strong 4th place, 6 seconds ahead of Bev Mini Cooper. Mini Cooper Bev.
I think if Pirelli was at the track, sure, they'd want to have a close look at Mrs. Eminem's tyres.
Yeah, I think they definitely gave her the faster wearing set today. I think the scrutineers want to see under the bonnet of that AR Outlaws Toyota. Margot crossing the line in 6th place. and Finnicker Floyd is coming up to the finish. Mr. Pace, are you on for a quick race?
Yeah, sure, why not? Let's try. Arrive and drive.
Are you brave enough to run the same tyres, or are you going to run a harder compound?
I don't mind, whatever.
Do you mind if I join?
Yeah,
No,
sure.
but you two go for it.
It's obviously if the ladies are keen, so I don't wanna impede.
Anton, just tell Annika not to go anywhere. Same for pretty much any of the ladies who want to join.
Oh, I'm just going to save the replay just in case. Got it. Let's see. Let's see if I have that little car.
You might have to just check that it's
Tuned, yeah. I have to do the same now.
yeah, it's normally I think at N400.
I'll just go to all. There we go, got it. And it's detuned to N300, right?
Yeah. Just change your race settings and make, 5 laps.
Yeah, let's do 3 or 4 laps, yeah.
Let's make it 4-lap race, Stain.
Sure.
Okay.
And the guys in the comments, tell us, can two of the fastest guys take on these ladies?
Alright, I'm going to have to open up the tires. What are we running, Mr. Pace?
You tell me, I'm chilled. If we're gonna be sports arts or comfort softs, whichever.
Okay, so let's just...
Stay with sports, go hard.
Okay. So
There's only half a second to a second. Mr. Eminem, I see he's joined the room. I'm hoping he's also going to join you guys.
Oh, Mr. Eminem. Ah.
That's Mr. TGN Racing Simulators.
Ah. Welcome. Okay.
Okay, so there we go. I've got sports hards on, Mr. Pace.
Have I got them on? No. I've got them on now.
Right, can we maybe just get a side lap before we get this race going?
No.
Or we're going to just gooi it, Mr. Pace? Let's just gooi it.
I just quit. I learned from Koniwe, so...
Mr. Arrive and Drive himself.
Just check the tires there. The girls should be on soft.
Yes,
I see
they
Anton said everyone is on racing hards.
How do I check that?
no, I can see them on the sports soft.
Okay.
Okay.
Great.
Alright, are we going to get this going?
We're just waiting for some of the others to enter, I believe.
Okay. All I can see is Mini Cooper Bev joining us.
How did I know there would be a pace livery for that car? Looking sharp, Kayla.
I used this. When last did I use this car?
When we did seeding or end of last
I think
year?
there was there was a. Has this one got a? No, this was recent then, because it's got the 3 stars on the front. I can't remember when.
Okay, are we going to start the race? Because I don't see Bev Cooper joining us, or Mini Cooper Bev joining us. Alright, I'm going to start the race.
Just wait.
Okay.
I was just sending a message so they know you're actually racing.
Right, just let me know when I can start the race.
I just saw Renault leave Mr. Eminem's in a Renault, but maybe he didn't have the right car, so he just took a N300. He's actually in a handicap there because this is one of the best N300s. Okay, go for it, Sustain.
Alright, here we go.
See how this goes. Haven't practiced breaking points, nah.
Nothing, yeah, it's going to be interesting.
Sorry, the girls only had half an hour race and a week to practice.
Yeah, and they're on faster tires, so we'll see. We have to pull this out of the bag, Mr. Pace.
How many GTSSA leagues have you won, Mr. Pace?
The full league, 3.
Yeah, and Mr. Stain, how many times have you been in Pool 1 races and been in Pool 1?
You're more than me.
Exact. And by the way, Annika's sharp. She made sure she was out the pit, so she's on pole.
Yeah, she's clever girl.
Mrs. finished second. Nope, we're going.
Who's got out to go?
Okay. Someone's in a Renault, what the hell?
Yeah, that's Mr. Eminem.
Mr. Eminem.
But he's just handicapped himself because that car's not going to go anywhere.
Here we go. I don't even know where the rev limiter is on this car.
I think you guys have zero chance.
You think so? I'm already going around the outside of Stadia.
Now we know
being held by a Reynolds, yeah.
Now we know what Mr. Eminem's doing there.
Ah, okay.
Oh, Fluffy.
I'm fine.
Yeah, you made it.
I'm so glad for you, Mr. Pace.
Yeah,
You're a gentleman, you'll wait for me.
Only 5.5 seconds pace. 6 seconds behind the leader.
Yo, she's moving. I'm losing 0.2, 0.3.
Yeah. I'll give you guys a tip. You got to rev this thing till it's about to hit limiter. Margot's laughing at you in the chat, by the way.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Cut the corner.
I'm with you.
I'm using GT3 brake markers, that's why.
You got 1 second, why do I get 1.5?
Because you went through it. You went through it quicker. You have no chance. It's already 8.4. I think we're going to need a rematch here, and we'll give you the same tires, and you're still going to lose.
I'm still going to lose.
Jean-Claude's oh no, and Margot's rip. So let's just see what fast pace looks like.
I'm catching Mrs. Eminem.
When I did my 10 practice laps, I think I started on 55s, 56, and I got to about a 53 at the end. Yeah, we're on it, Anton. Definitely you have to go again with soft tires.
Fluffy should have an advantage over me because Crazy Eights loves doing these weird races. And this is his track.
Check these excuses and penalties.
I mean, would you expect any different?
No.
Yeah.
Typical race car driver.
10.8 seconds.
Yeah, she's gone.
This is all. If this was like cricket that retire hurt, if it was boxing, the coach would throw in the towel.
Catching Mrs. Eminem at least.
Ooh, but I think she had a slight issue that time around. Plus you have 30-second penalty for not serving your time.
Yeah. I think both me and Fluffy now found the car.
Mr. Eminem, I don't think, is enjoying that hot hatch schoolboy Renault Megane. Looking nice and sharp in yellow, but definitely doesn't have the handling of the sports car. Evening Stignator. We're just currently on a 4-lap race, starting lap 3, halfway through.
12.5 seconds gone.
Kaylin and Fluffy are racing the ladies and getting their butts kicked properly. They're on hard tyres versus soft, but that's about a second a lap difference. And they're about 4 seconds a lap off the pace. Well, last time around, I'll give it to you guys, you're only about 2.5.
Yeah, I did a 55, I'm happy about that. I'm sure Fluffy did a 54 though.
54.9.
Yeah.
Close.
Yeah. I bet
It's a nice combo.
It is,
Does work, eh?
Yeah.
I said to Vanna when I sent him the details to make the poster, I said this needs to be a GTSSA open race at some stage. And if we do it exactly like this, I'll be the one kicking myself while we race, thinking, why did I do this? Because now my front right tire's finished and everyone else's pitted tires. Yeah.
This is Fluffy's track though, and that's why he's catching me. I remember, I think it was the one GTSSA race. It was around 3 or 4, I think last year or the year before.
Yeah, before 2019, yeah.
Yeah, I think you and your trusty Mazda. And I think I tried to use it as well, but you were gone, mate.
That car is set up on this track, buddy. You're not going to catch me with that car on this track.
I remember our 2-hour endurance race here. You're also flying yourself and Vanna in the GR1s.
Yeah, I remember that as well.
You only lapped me once.
There's not a car that goes quicker around this track than that T30 of that Toyota.
Yo, Mrs. Eminem's gone even. Oh, I was 4.9, now she's 5.6.
Dude, Annika just did a 51.999.
Yo!
Do you even want to go again, or are you going to retire hurt?
I don't know. I feel like I got the car now, so...
Do we need to give the girls a tyre handicap?
No.
Let's put us on mediums maybe, I don't know.
No, you're all going to go on softs now. We've got another gent keen to get destroyed. KBR Hollywood jumping into the lobby. Stignator says you guys must declare.
Yo, hi. I think my problem is I'm so not used to these cars anymore, man.
Yeah, it's not just race car, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, those SFs have ruined us, guys.
It's like I was telling someone the other day that having to jump between this and Assetto Corsa, the thing with this game is that you are a lot quicker on your accelerator and your brake. Whereas on Assetto Corsa you have to be a lot slower. And the other thing is like the turning radius is way different on this game compared to ACC, so it's difficult, but I mean, especially for this 80k series and a lot of the other series that are coming up, I obviously need to be a bit more in tune with this game again, which is what I'm struggling to find.
Nice last corner there, boys.
Let's just get a bit closer, photo finish.
Yeah.
Yes, she slapped us.
19-2. Yeah, no, she destroyed us at this moment.
You.
Okay, so
now we know that we can have a fair fight if we run the same tires.
True.
Beaches be flying. Lekker race, Mr. Pace.
yeah, it was fun. I think now we can see, or basically the stream can see, that these ladies are no joke.
But yeah, I mean, if we can't beat them in the next race, my man, then we might just as well sell our rigs.
Yeah, yeah. Ask myself, what am I doing in pool 1, pool 2?
Okay, well, you guys can go and put your softs on quickly.
If they're keen to race again.
Yeah, quickly.
Just ask them one more.
Mine are on, and I'm on track.
What you saying? I can't hear you whisper.
Sorry, I'm reading messages here.
Annika knows the story. She's already on track to make sure she's on pole. Fluffy.
I want to start at the back, so I'm going to get out of there.
No, just wait for the others to come past you.
Just wait.
Yeah, Mr. Eminem's getting the right car. Go do some laps along.
Sorry, I'm busy arranging my team for tomorrow, man. Just making sure that we know what's cracking.
So,
I'm
Mr.
supposed
Pace,
to be doing a delivery now.
How's that car, my friend?
It's feeling great, bro. Feeling amazing. I went back to the old setup only because with the second setup that you had shown me, like I said, the cornering ability is really shocking. And I was watching some of the other guys. Is one of the guys that I saw that was a bit faster in the lobby than me. I'm not too far off him in terms of lap time, which is good. So I said to myself, you know what, I might as well just stick with the cornering setup rather than the top speed, top end setup.
Yeah, the thing
I
is,
make my time up in the corners.
Yeah, the thing is that I can't really do anything else because the rear end needs to be as high up. Because that's what's work with that car when it comes to the cornering ability. If I drop the rear end, I take away some of the aerodynamic drag, but then I have to go and have to tighten up the rear end to compensate for the stiffer spring.
Yes.
And and then you're gonna lose some of the front end grip. But that car being as responsive as it is, you should have very good tire wear on it.
Okay, guys,
that's what I noticed. Yeah.
Once Mr. Eminem jumps back into the lobby, get the race going.
Yeah, cool.
But yeah, it's a lot more responsive. Is just what I like, especially around the track. Because it actually as big as it is, it actually feels like what the Beetle would feel like. So that's what's nice about it. And again, like my whole thing is about with these cars and this game, the tires on this game, like the tire model, is a lot more slippery. So having to feed the power and like make sure that you're not oversteering too much as well is like key.
Yeah. But sorry, lap time wise, how far are you off compared to the top guys?
I was watching, I think it was Caddy the other evening. I haven't done a full stint on the tires he was running, but I saw he was doing 804, 805 in terms of lap time around the ring. And what I managed, I was doing 807s, which I mean, it was like kind of like my first outing lap and whatever. And I think I can obviously get it or knock it down a bit closer to what he was doing. So it's not too bad. I mean, it's just a case of they've been practicing for 2 months solid, whereas with me it's been like this week.
Yeah.
So
but I mean, your racecraft and your consistency, the way you drive the car should pay dividends in the race itself, you know?
Yeah, and the one interesting thing, which is what Stephen was talking about on stream yesterday with the Pool 1 guys, is that there's full damage for this race. And if you smash your car up at the beginning of the lap, you lose literally 1 minute 40 trying to get back to the pits. So that's gonna be... Yeah.
Alright, can we get this race started?
Let Mr. Eminem finish one lap because he's new to the car.
No problem. Well, Mr. Pace, I'm gonna watch. You're gonna stream the whole 24 hours. Can you stream the whole 24 hours?
I don't think so, but I will obviously stream my stints. So I'm streaming from. I'm basically streaming 12 p.m. and a.m. until 4 p.m. and a.m.
All right.
Tomorrow,
awesome
so
stuff.
Saturday and then Sunday
in.
morning first thing, yeah.
I'm gonna sign in.
But then I'm gonna try and stream, because I'm racing with Psycho Pace and Kale. They're gonna take the shifts later than mine. I'm gonna see if I can try and stream a bit of their stints as well, unless they obviously stream it on their respective channels.
Okay.
Okay.
Is Hollywood joining as well, or are you starting the race?
Not sure.
Just ask him. I'll send him a message.
Yeah, go for it.
Let's wait what he
I
says.
think because he also exited to
buy the car, maybe.
down. Yeah. There's something you do, Stain, with these hairpins that I don't understand what you do. Somehow you get that whole 0.2 a lap quicker than the those hairpins.
Are the long flowing ones or the small short
All
ones?
of them.
No, it's just I know this track, buddy. It's all just the knowledge of the track. That's all it is. I know the lines and I know where to accelerate and what to expect from the car and to get the best from it. So.
Strangely enough, I'm better at this track backwards.
Same.
It's one of the
Same.
few I can actually
Well,
drive in reverse.
You know what? It's taken me a long time to learn it in reverse because I only drove it the way we're driving it now, and it actually took me so long to learn it the other way around. Not layout per se, but the racing lines and brake points. It took me such a long time just to get on par with the other guys pace-wise.
Okay, let's
But now
get
I'm
going.
fairly up to speed with it, yeah. Alright, we're gonna start it.
Yeah.
Alright, here we go. But now, why am I ahead of Mr. Pace here now?
It's fine.
I'll just hang back with the start.
No, go
No,
for
go.
it.
Just
It's
go.
Flat out, no hanging back.
You'll see Mrs. Eminem overtake you at the beginning there.
I can see you dancing around your little food pot, doing a voodoo dance. Die, Fluffy, die!
Oh, I'm not that evil. You know what sucks is I'm the only A+ driver, but look where I am.
In pool,
And watch where I finish.
pool 4
Well,
last
buddy,
week,
if
I
that's-
was only A driver. And I was at the back.
Well, I'm gonna kill myself if I don't beat these ladies, yeah.
Please don't.
At least one of them.
I'm gonna hang up my racing boots if this happens tonight. Here we go.
At 151.9 though. Yeah.
Oh, it's crazy quick, eh?
999 from number 66. Some voodoo magic going on there. So you guys can keep quiet and concentrate.
We're gonna try.
I see Stain's car had a splatter at the start there. I know you guys are super quick, but I think you've got zero chance of winning this.
Watching the gap already increase there.
Mustn't lean on the ladies.
The M&Ms are together.
Am I losing time here?
You're going slower. We got Mr. Eminem ahead of Mrs. Eminem, so it's TGN Racing Simulators ahead of Track Art at the moment.
Oh no!
Come on, Mrs. Fanach. Oh, she spun out.
Oh no! But I'm watching AR Outlaws. It was 4.4. Now it's 5.4.
I'm sure its car is tuned up a little bit compared to mine, yeah.
It's a paint job, bro.
Ah, it must be. Must
Yeah.
be.
I'm also thinking this is a bad idea for a GTSSA race, because if I'm in the same pool as Annika, I don't want to do this.
Ah.
Oh wow. Okay, we're keeping pace now, but I think she's cutting this chicane like massively.
A big slide into it. She drifts into it and then exits with better speed. Although Stain the Toyota King managed to take half a second.
Slow down.
Break yourself there a bit, Stain.
Yeah, I don't even know where my brake balance is at.
Same, actually. I didn't even look at that this race.
Mrs. Eminem's got ahead of Mr. Eminem, so it's now Track Hard from TGN. Nice inter-household battle going on.
She's monster through that last bed, holy shit.
She is, yeah. 51.9, what? Look at me, baby.
Yeah, but you're sitting in the slipstream.
So?
Don't tell anyone. Stains your tow truck. I don't think I've got time for it tonight, but I think you'll need to do a 17 lap race on the same settings here.
Yeah.
Oh, nice exit there.
I don't know if you're shifting down, but I'm not.
I am, yeah, so that's probably why you gained up on me like that.
So like this one I'm doing 4th gear.
Ah. Come past me. I'm gonna get a penalty now. There goes my race.
Yeah, it's unbelievable how Annika claps it on that first lap.
Yeah, true.
She did a 57. You guys were in the. Everyone else is in the 2 minutes on the first lap. I know, obviously, your starting position on the grid and stuff.
Sorry, Stephen.
Why are you saying sorry to Steven?
Because I kind of chipped in on him there.
No.
I messed up now. I've lost 2 seconds.
Slipstream, what?
Yes, Kaylin. You did have slipstream half that lap.
Oh, okay. Let's see now.
Car's looking great through that section, Pacey.
kind of slow.
No, 0.01. It's nuts.
That's slow.
You don't have a
It's rated
slipstream.
slow.
Yeah, I think you guys are running out of time.
No, we've lost it already, man.
Almost had it.
Ooh, this is
You
a bit
never
wide,
had
this is
a.
a bit wide, this is a bit wide, this is a bit wide.
You never had your car.
This is slow.
Yeah, because I'm catching you.
Yeah.
Well, KBR Hollywood is catching me, so he's going to have a quick lap.
Ooh, I'm drifting. Ooh, okay.
Means you're doing it right. And for the third time tonight, Annika coming for the flag. I say well done, boys. Better performance this time around.
Still got our hours handed to us.
Ooh.
Nice.
Okay. Still not that terrible.
Hollywood also got a 51.8 that time around.
Yeah, I'd say.
Mrs. Eminem beat Mr. Eminem.
Well done to AR Outlaws, though.
Unfortunate
Yeah,
for Annika who had that spin, otherwise I think you guys would have been right with her.
With her, yeah. I'm probably going to see that same name on Tuesday night, AR Outlaws. It's on. This is on the same profile, I believe.
Okay, guys, so I'm just going to go and kill myself. I'll catch you in the next life.
Yeah. I think that's it for the stream, guys. Thanks for everyone who tuned in and supported the ladies. Get your wives, girlfriends, daughters, neighbors, anyone else who is of the female agenda. Bring them along next races in 2 weeks.
Awesome stuff.
Thanks, guys, for watching, tuning in. Ladies, awesome
Well done
race.
to the ladies,
well done.
yeah.
Thanks for joining us, Mr. Pace.
Hundreds, thanks for having me.
Awesome stuff.
Great.
I'll sign in to you tomorrow.
100%.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, buddy.
Cheers, everyone.
Cheers. Thanks.